Hey, Thomas, how are you?
Jonathan, it's Friday. It's round 11. It's Trump versus Harris, logic versus emotion. The last weekend going into the election. Today's November 1st, All Saints Day for all you Catholic school boys and girls out there. All right. Anyway, too bad I still can't wear my uniform because I wouldn't even fit in it. My left thigh wouldn't even fit in the whole damn uniform. Anyway, it's many years ago. All right. So let's get in our thoughts today for round 11. I think we got a nice little event-packed Friday podcast because of a lot of things happen. First off, Sunday we didn't talk. We're not going to show the link on it, but we actually had Madison Square Garden with Trump. That was phenomenal. All right, over 20,000 inside, and I heard it was like over 100,000 outside. Okay, so he's in the heart of the garden, the heart of New York City, the world of entertainment circle. And it was a fantastic event, that's for sure. All right, let's talk about a comment that Joe Biden made that actually Jonathan's pulled up here. Biden may have handed Trump a big assist with his garbage comment about Trump supporters being garbage. All right. And that kind of sprung off from a comedian, Tony, what's his name? Hinkfield or something like that, that made
Yeah.
that comment. It was a stupid comment. Okay. Especially you don't make that in New York and so close to the election. But that was a really dumbass comment saying Puerto Rico's floating island of garbage. All right. That was just a dumbass thing. I understand he's a comedian. I make a lot of comments, off color and stuff like that. But that was a little bit, too close to home for the election and also for the area there in New York City. He's not a New York boy, so you really can't make those comments when you're not a New York boy. All right. But anyway, the comment that Biden makes, real jackass comment. It's kind of like, Hillary's 2016 calling Trump's supporters deplorables. Anyway, I'd love to get your thoughts on this comment,
I mean,
Jonathan.
there's no place for it, right? I mean, we're all citizens, whether you vote Democrat, Republican, Independent. We can't be calling names like that to half of America. It's not. There's no place for it. It just continues to build the division that we've been trying to close, right? Divided country. We don't need it. We don't want it.
Mm-hmm.
We're all you're the president right now for all of us, whether you like it or not, on both sides. So
Mm-hmm.
you can't be doing that. Whether I just think he doesn't know what he's talking about. He literally doesn't know where he is half the time. So, but yeah, I mean, terrible for the Harris campaign to have someone like that in her corner that is just pushing the all Trump supporters down. But I
Yeah.
just think Trump made the best of the situation, and it was trying to take advantage of that for his own sake, which good for
Oh,
him.
without a doubt, without a doubt. And you know what? I got to say, the White House was like fumbling the ball, trying to make an excuse for Joe Biden, saying it was like an edit error on the teleprompter. Okay, I mean, listen, own it. If you say it,
The
own it.
error,
That's what it
the
comes
error
down
was
to.
him talking. The error was him talking. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it comes down to. But let's go to what you just said. How Trump capitalized on this moment. So let's go to the next slide. All right. And this is coming from the New Republic. This is a leftist, not even Democratic, a leftist, publication. But I did this purposely. This is what they say. Idiot Trump hits back at Biden's quote unquote garbage quote with dumbest stunt. Well, let me tell you, this dumbest stunt was a great stunt. Okay. This is out of the pages of the World Wrestling Federation. Vince McMahon. That's exactly where it's from. He got himself a dump truck, popped on it there in Wisconsin and Green Bay, and he rode it through himself an orange safety vest on, and he drove it right to the rally they were having. And he actually asked for a sports jacket, but they said, "Hey, listen, why don't you wear the vest? It makes you look slimmer." At least that's what Trump said. He got a bunch of laughs out of it. So the guy is just very crafty and witty in his words. Okay, at times, at other times, it's another story. But this moment, he definitely capitalized on it. But I love how this leftist, newrepublic.com, idiot Trump, he's not an idiot. He's a friggin' genius for doing this. It's exactly what he did just a week ago when he went to Philadelphia and worked in a McDonald's drive through. Your thoughts, Jonathan?
Brilliant marketing stunt. he went with exactly what happened a day before, or a few days before, whatever it was. And I mean, listen, he did this out of nowhere. So he got a dump truck, got a vest, went in there, drove, showed people that he's part of the trash, right? That they're talking about, that he's part of the
Yeah.
garbage people. Amazing job by him to roll with the punches and make good light out of it. And I think that's what he did. And I saw so many people dress up as Donald Trump yesterday during Halloween, which was really fun to see and funny to see. And a lot of them were dressed up in like the trash bags.
That's great. That is great. And it's you just look at it this way. What's a garbage truck represent? It represents a blue collar worker. It
Yeah,
represents unions. Okay.
some of the
So,
hardest working
the
people.
statement actually grows. So it's not an idiot move. It's a genius move. And that's what he ended up doing. The New Republic's upset because Kamala couldn't think of something like this. Okay. That's what it comes down to. Let's
Right.
talk about something that you had actually shared with me the other day with the wonderful genius Mark Cuban. All right. I know he had met with, he was on Chris Cuomo's show on News Nation, and there was Dana
Dana
White was
White.
on there, Bill O'Reilly, and Stephen A. Smith from ESPN.
Yep.
And, they basically, Mark Cuban, another, he's a Democrat, but he's showing his leftist. And, somebody actually shared with me, is he trying to hide something? Is that why he's coming out so positive for the left and Kamala? Because being a business person, you're afraid what Kamala is going to be producing. So is there something that, Cuban's trying to hide that he needs help? I don't know. I don't want to get into like conspiracies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But just based on his comments, he happened to go on The View and he said that intelligent women aren't around Donald Trump and support Donald Trump, which he got such a backlash. So I'm going to let you jump on this and explain a little bit more, Jonathan.
Mark Cuban, it seems to be that he's been bashing Trump for years. Uh,
Mhm.
Many of the times, like Dana White's right there with him, kind of going back and forth with him. But um, it comes down to whoever has that popularity, that following, people just tend to believe. But you had Dana White, you had Mark Cuban, you had O'Reilly, you had Cuomo. Everyone was talking, and O'Reilly finished it saying everything that Cuban was saying was not correct, or whatever it may have been. That comment itself about intelligent women not around Trump. That's so again, it's kind of like that comment Joe Biden said, like trash people. So
Exactly.
again, we're only talking about ways of putting down supporters for Trump, putting down people that are around Trump. You know for a fact that is not true. Trump is surrounded
Mhm.
by a lot of intelligent women that have done a lot for him, for their own career, for their own life, their own family. So, I mean, I think he knows that was a bonehead mistake to say that. It probably just
Mhm.
came out of his head without really thinking about it because you got to be a real dumbass to think to say something like that.
Oh, well, he's definitely a dumbass. There's no doubt about it. Make comments like that. And it seems like, between Michelle Obama calling Trump a fascist and Harris calling him Adolf Hitler, and you got Hillary, calling him a fascist and a Nazi. I don't know where these people are trying to create like such fear mongering, and that's what it is. They're on the ropes. They're definitely on the ropes. They know Trump has the momentum. Everything they say he's going to do, they've already done. They've weaponized the justice system. They've pulled this whole playbook from the Communist Manifesto, and that's what they've done. And we need to save democracy. Well, people, like I said in the past, we're not a democracy. We are a republic. There is a huge difference. The republic is controlled by the people. And unfortunately, our republic has gone to the wayside. All right. They have you all brainwashed, and that's what it comes down to. And they're just feeding you shit, and you're swallowing a shit better than a porn star swallows you know what. Let's go to the next slide. And this is like more into your realm of what you had said. You don't believe in polls. You never can believe what they say, especially after 2016. And this is a guy, Nate Silver. This is out of the Daily Mail that came out late yesterday. Polling Nostradamus, Nate Silver said others are lying about the election forecast. Jonathan, I'm going to let you run with this. Go ahead.
And I told you a few weeks ago that from a guy looking outside in, I've never looked at any of the pollsters, any of that, how it worked, simply because I don't believe them. you're talking about the entire country, and they take out 1,000 people, and they see what these people are saying. Well, there's so many factors that come into play. If you're in a big Democratic town or a polling station, whatever it may be, I just always think that these things are used to manipulate people that have not voted yet. Uh,
Mhm.
whether they're saying we need everyone to come out, it's a tight race, it's 1 point behind, whatever it may be, or they're just saying, well, don't even bother coming out. It's a 15-point lead. That person's not going to win. It's already in the bag. Don't waste your time. Those are the only two scenarios that I ever really see it being used for manipulating people into thinking what you want, what they want you to say. Now,
Mhm. No, I hear what you're saying. I agree with you. You know, it's just we're coming down to the nitty gritty. That's what it's coming down to right now. We're
yeah,
basically, you know, about 100 hours and change away from election day itself. So we're going to know shortly, this time next week, hopefully, who the president of the United States is going to be for 2025 and for the next 4 years. Um, let's go to the next article, and this is from the New York Post, and this came out yesterday. Flustered Kamala Harris spews latest word salad after protesters interrupted her in Nevada rally. And they were basically chanting Trump, Trump, Trump. And at first she's like, oh, okay. And then they started up again and they were louder. And, she just got really, really frustrated and she starts bobbling her words and she can't even be witty about it. And earlier in the day, when she was in Phoenix, you had a bunch of pro Palestinians that interrupted that rally. So she's getting really a lot of friction. And that's what she's getting. She's getting friction from people who are Democrats, okay? And she's getting friction from, Trump supporters within her rally. There were a few times I remember back in 2020 when you had some Democrats try to disrupt, and I use the word try and emphasize it because they had no success at Trump's rally because they just got swarmed with Trump supporters there. As we know, you got tens of thousands of people at Trump's rallies, depending what venue he's at. All right. So, what are your thoughts on this Kamala getting flustered and bobbling her words into word salad, Jonathan?
I hope it's part of getting used to it, because the people are speaking right now, right? The people are speaking. They're telling you what they think. Now, it could just be a pocket of people that are just trying to disrupt it, like you said. But
Mhm.
more people than not, I'm talking to are, you know, uh, not happy with the way things are. Now, I'm around a lot of common sense, normal, thinking kind of people. So that may be, not looking at everyone, but um,
Yeah, but by the way, I know you don't include me in that circle of people having common sense, but I appreciate it anyway. Thank you. Go ahead.
and listen, the problem is that, we're supposed to love our country and love our citizens that are a part of this country, and we all should want the same thing. We all should want a better America for everyone, right? That's what we all want. That's what we need. And we've been
Mhm.
without it for 4 years now, or almost 4 years, and we need someone like Trump that can come
Mhm.
in and help us. The parts of Trump that are problematic, right? So the whole thing with Cuban before that we were saying, he said he had a comment that a dumb comment that he made about the women around Trump, and then
Mhm.
he Trump comes back and Trump doesn't need to go down to his level and kind of react to what he's doing. That's the part that is a problem for me with Trump, is that his point is out there. It's done. He has the people in his own party, his own group that can address it. He doesn't need to show and respond to what Mark Cuban says. It just shows that you're coming down to his level and
Yeah.
you're sticking up for yourself, but he's got people around him that can do that. He doesn't need to be the face of that.
And Jonathan, you're 100% correct. But more than anything, Trump has a record of 4 years prior that speaks for itself. Okay.
Yep.
So you're absolutely right. He doesn't have to come down to, Cuban's baiting him. Biden's baiting him.
And
That's
it's
what they're
working.
doing.
It's working. That's the problem.
Yeah.
It's working, right?
Yeah.
He can't just let it go. He's, have one of his like people in his party. There's so many people that will help him. I don't like that part of it, right? So for his part, do take the high road, talk about how, women are, so important in your group, and people that, the women that support him, and all women in that matter are intelligent. You don't need to put people down to lift yourself up. And that's kind of what Trump not showing Mark and not kind of proving Mark's point to an extent. You don't need
No,
to
I got
do
you.
that.
Well,
But
let's go back to a little bit of Polish here, all right? And as I said, over a month ago, let's see what Vegas is saying, because wherever direction Vegas is going, that's where your winners are going to be. So if you scroll down a little bit further down to the port, let's see, section U.S. presidential election futures winner, and you'll see though that category they have Donald. Go up a little bit. Is that the one there? I think that's it there. Yep, that's it. Donald Trump, okay, they have favored by negative 154, Harris at plus 160. So Trump has a substantial lead. This is, if you know what betting is. So if it was at plus 154 for Trump, it would be a close one, but it's negative 154 because they're really favoring him. All right, that's Vegas. Now, Will, the USA Today had a poll going on. Where they actually have the certain swing states, and that's what's going to come down to. They're going to be the swing states.
yeah.
Right now, Trump is favored not only in the polling, but in the betting in Nevada, uh, Arizona, Pennsylvania, Nebraska, Georgia. Now, the next three states, Minnesota, Harris is favored in the polling and also the betting. And Harris is favored for Michigan by a slim chance with the actually, no, it's pretty big. It's actually 58% in the betting to 47% for Michigan. And the polling is actually 47.9 to 47.5. So the betting has like a larger percentage there, okay, 11 points. So that's significant. But when it comes to Wisconsin, the Wisconsin is actually Harris's polling 48.3 to 48.1. Trump is actually in the betting column 54% to 47% to win Wisconsin. But basically, Trump takes Pennsylvania, he's taking this election. And that's the thing. So they have Trump on the betting side by 20 points, 61 to 41% for Pennsylvania. And the polling, it's 48.4 to 47.8. So you know what? You got to lean towards the betting side because this is where the money is in Vegas, and they come down to it. And they're pretty accurate. They're pretty accurate when they're picking things. But we try to I've been giving you logic versus emotion over the last 11 weeks.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a special podcast on Wednesday after the election. Hopefully we know who wins. And we all hope it's going to be Trump and Vance. That's what we're praying for. And Trump stays alive. I think there's going to be a lot of question marks after the election. What might happen, conspiracy thoughts and everything else. But let's just concentrate on the election itself before we go anywhere else. So, Jonathan, do you have any closing final comments of round 11, Trump versus Harris, logic versus emotion?
Well, it's a big weekend, right? Everyone should be gathering their thoughts, figuring out. I think at this point, everyone knows who they're going to be going for, but just vote. I mean, everyone out there that is trying to make a difference and make a change in where and how we sit next year, you need to vote.
Yeah, you definitely do have to go out there and vote. So you know what, America, we have the Republic on the line. We have the Constitution on the line. You look, as I said, Trump did a couple of good marketing things, but he's showing that he's real, doing the McDonald's and the garbage truck things. He's turning things around. But if you look at what Harris wants to do, she wants to continue doing the Biden 2.0 agenda. They're going to create this more green climate effect where it's actually going to be more taxes on the people out there. She's going to raise the corporate tax. You raise the corporate tax, that's going to hurt the people because you're going to absorb those costs as a consumer. She's also going to raise taxes on working class people. She also wants to include unrealized capital gains, okay, on your house, on your stocks, on your 401k. And, many people have that. If you don't have that and you go, well, I don't care. Well, you know what? That's a bullshit attitude because you should have that stuff. You should be working towards having that and shouldn't be looking for handouts, okay? Um, she also made a comment in a discussion. She wants to regulate Facebook and X as far as what they can say. Well, hello, Kamala. I know you're an attorney, First Amendment, freedom of speech, okay? Can't be censoring people. That's part of the Marxism. That's part of the Nazis. So I guess you're in that realm, even though you want to, yell it out loud that Trump is, but these are the things you want to implement, okay? Those are my closing thoughts. Jonathan, want to add anything? You're good.
Well, one of the things that is always so troubling is that there's so many disagreements between Democrats and Republicans and the people that support each. A lot of it is factual information that we could go out there and find. Like I know Kevin O'Leary and Mark Cuban and people on the Five, people on different shows of CNN, they have these conversations about the economics and how things are doing and the tariffs and what the tariffs have done for us during Trump versus during Biden. And there are certain economists that said that under Trump's plan it's going to do really bad, or under Biden's plan it was good. I don't understand why people can't have a committee that put all factual information in front of everyone. There's no he said, she said, they said, we said. There should be something out there going forward where things are checked. And X has done like there's a little pop up next to certain people that uh put out stuff, and it kind
Mhm,
of corrects it, fact checks what people are saying. And if X can do it, and Elon Musk, great innovator out there, that you would
mhm,
think that the government and news stations should be required to do that. They shouldn't be
mhm,
pushing narratives that they want to push just because they're trying to win something. It should really be out there only for factual information. So we need more information. We need very defined, clear, transparent government, which is what we're not getting and seeing. And a vote for Trump gives you more of that. A vote for Harris gives you less of that. That's pretty much what it's at.
Well, listen, we're going to end it on that. Hopefully, you've enjoyed the last 11 weeks of, Trump versus Harris, logic versus emotion. Okay. And please get out there and vote. Thumbs up, like, subscribe, and share this video. Have a great one. Good luck with the election. Take care.
Everyone, good luck.